at 2. Well, doubleheader started at 12 noon, so the first game has already been played. So this will be the second game, and the first game was won by Coastal Alabama South 4-3 in 8 innings. Actually, came back from a 3-1 deficit, and to start this at the top of the seventh. And then the Caden Mason show took place as Caden Mason hit a pair of home runs, one in the seventh, and then he walked it off with the home run in the bottom of the eighth inning with 2 outs. So Coastal South comes in with the record now of 24-19, 19-8 in conference play. Meanwhile, Snead State is now 18-26 and 9-18 in conference play. A couple of weeks left in the season. On the mound today for Coastal Alabama South, Scotty Milburn is making his 13th appearance. He's 2-2 with a 4.37 ERA. He pitched 55 and 2/3 innings, allowed 37 runs on 60 hits with 19 walks and 32 strikeouts. And he'll be going up against this lineup. Cade Finn, the second baseman, will bat first. McLean Mahone, the third base, will bat second. Ty Sanderson, the DH, is third. Forrest Heacock is the catcher. He's fourth. Blaze Gerhardt, the first baseman, is fifth. Gabe Benton, the center fielder, is sixth. Andy Howard, the left fielder, is seventh. Braden Weckman, the right fielder, is eighth. Caleb Cleveland, the shortstop, is ninth. And Leighton Sanford will pitch for Snead State. Coastal South defense, Aaron Thread is out of left field. Addison Scott is the center fielder. Jace Turner is the right fielder. Joe Stevens is the third baseman. Derek Jalen is the shortstop. Quincy Walters, the second baseman. Seth Payne is at first, and behind the plate is Cade Mason, the hero from game one. So, this is the 9-inning affair we're going to have here for you this afternoon. So we're ready to go. Leading off will be Cade Finn, and these are the numbers coming into today. He was hitting 422 coming in, and he will lead things off for Snead State. Snead State has lost 4 in a row, and Coastal South has clinched the series win. Now they'll try for the sweep of the series. And the first pitch is outside for ball 1. 2:42 local time here in Bay Minette. Missed outside again, 2-0. Good for a strike. So 5 straight losses now for Snead State. After the 4-3 loss, they lost 6-0 and at 10-2 on Thursday. That is a strike, 2-2 with Mahone on deck. Snead State lost 8 out of 9, as a matter of fact. On the inside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's a Finn as he leads off the first inning for Snead State. And a called strike 3, and that's the first strikeout of the game. And our first out of the game as well. So that brings him home. We came into the doubleheader hitting 321. Outside corner again. Milburn picking it up now. Right, back to Milburn. He catches it on the line. They're 2 down. Sanderson, the DH now will bat. 310 average. 1 home run, 28 RBIs coming into today. Sanderson looks at ball one outside. Quincy Walters will lead off for Coastal South, followed by Seth Payne and Derek Jalen. This one's fouled back by Sanderson. Count is now 1-1. One and two. I probably wanted to punch him out there. It was 1-2. Casey Underwood is the head coach at Snead State, over 300 wins there with the Parsons. J.D. Pruitt leading the way at Coastal South. 1-2 is outside, 2-2. Ground ball towards third. Stevens charges, throws the first, bounces, not in time. And Snead said his first base runner. That was a tough play. So I'll bring up Heacock, the catcher, who came in hitting .362. Runner first with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Swing and a miss. Bernard has a strikeout in this inning. Strikeout Finn looking. And ground ball up the middle. And the second baseman, Walters, can't handle it. Sanderson advances to the second on the play. It's going to be an error against the second baseman, looks like. This plays Gerhardt. Outside. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Hickok's batted ball has changed from an error to a base hit. Another dirt, 2-1. Gabe Benton, the center fielder's on deck for the Parsons. 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs here in the first. Three and 1. Sanderson and Heacock back-to-back singles with 2 outs. Sanderson at second, Heacock at first. Three one is good for a strike, so it's got a full count. 2 outs in the first. Payoff pitch, runners go, and just missed outside. So the bases are loaded with 2 out. And then brings up Benson, who's hitting .312 coming in. 20th walk issued by Milburn. That one is up the middle and a base hit. Sanderson scores from third. Well, Heacock will stop at third. Base remain loaded. It's 1-0 Snead State on the third hit of the game for the Parsons. Swing up the left fielder, Haley Howard, is the seventh batter for Snead State here in the first. That looks inside for ball one. Braden Weckman, the right fielder, is on deck. In there to right field. Turner gets to it. He's got it. That will end the first. So just one run scores on the RBI single by Benton. Bottom of the first coming your way. Coastal South with its first at bat, trailing 1-0.
When you're starting something new, it's never easy. You're going to make mistakes. You'll doubt yourself. But you're in a place that wants you to succeed. Thrive. And soon, it will just start to feel right. Suddenly, you'll get it. Your fear will turn to confidence. First-time tasks become second nature. And what seemed impossible is right in front of your eyes. Because once the light bulb goes on, there's no turning back. You may wonder how you got here, and be glad you did. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Clayton Sanford will be the pitcher for Snead State. So far, he's making his 14th appearance. This is his sixth start of the season. He's 4-4 with a 7.91 ERA. He's pitched 33 innings this year and has allowed 40 runs on 46 hits, 29 of the 40 runs earned, 18 walks and 37 strikeouts. And Sanford will face this lineup. Quincy Walters, the second baseman, will lead off. Seth Payne, the first baseman, is second. Jalen, the shortstop, is third. Aaron Threat, the first baseman, is fourth. Silas Cunningham, the DH, is fifth. Addison Scott, the center fielder, is sixth. Batting seventh will be Jace Turner, the right fielder. Caden Mason, the catcher, is eighth. And Joe Stevens, the third baseman, bats ninth. Scotty Milburn already having pitched for the Coyotes.
Number 6, Quincy Walters.
Walters had the game-tying RBI double in that comeback as he tied the game at 3 in the bottom of the 7th. Kenny Leggett struck out to end the 7th, and then Snead State pitched 1-2-3 inning. This one lifted to left field. Howard running over there. He's got it, and there's one out here in the first.
Seth Payne.
Seth Payne, the first baseman, will bat now. Lester Morris, right center, right field. That's going to get down. First hit for Coastal Sound.
Number 13, Derek Jellin.
So Jellin will come up now. He came in hitting 342. So we're on first with one out here in the first. Outside for ball one. South looking for its fourth straight win. They're now 11-9 here at Stanley James Field this season. After this, only 2 weeks left in the regular season of Division 1. Division 2 tournament begins. It's coming Thursday in Montgomery. To right center field. That's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. Payne rounding second. He's headed for third. He's going to be waved around. Gellin is in the second base. Seth Payne will now have a throw, and this game is tied at 1 on the RBI double by Gellin.
Number 23, Aaron Threat.
Aaron Threat hitting 274. He's playing out in left field. So Gellin on second now. Tries the bunt, goes behind Threat to the backstop, and Gellin goes to third base. To the left side, Mahone throws first in time. And you get the out.
Silas Cunningham.
So 2 down. Gellin stays at third, and they'll bring up Cunningham, who's hitting 296. Cunningham takes a strike. Due up in the second for Snead State will be Weckman, Cleland, and Finn, 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Parsons. There's another strike, 0-2. Round ball, right side, it's Finn. And he makes the play. That'll end the first. Well, Coastal South ties it up with an RBI double by Gellin. We go to the second, tied at 1 here from Bay Minette.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Brandon Weckman will lead off the second inning for Snead State. Each team picked up a run in the first. RBI single by Benton for Snead State, RBI double for Gellin. Weckman hitting 297 coming in. Right fielder for Snead State. Oh, they been hit by a pitch. Cleveland now to the plate. And 307 coming in. Showing bunt. Missed the target. And it was strike one. Finn is on deck. She'll go back to the top of the order for Snead State. Buns down towards the right side. Picked up by Payne. Throw to first is in time. Now big wide turn by Weckman between second and third. They got him in the rundown. And the throw is in time. A double play. And now there are 2 outs here in the second. Finn struck out looking in the first inning. Ball no strikes. Over the second, Scott, Turner, and Mason for Coastal South. Two 2-0. Hold on deck. 2-1. Ground ball to third. Stevens is able to keep his footing. Those are first. That'll do it. So Miller only faces 3 in that second inning, and they'll go to the bottom of the second. It is tied at 1 here from Bay Minette.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Bottom of the second for Coastal South. Tied up at 1. Snead State 1 run on 3 hits so far. 1 run on 2 hits for Coastal South. Also underway today on JockJive, Bob Jones University and Southeastern Baptist. Bob Jones up 2-0. And they start the second game of that doubleheader. First game of the doubleheader went to Southeastern Baptist 8-2.
Number 10, Addie Scott.
So our 2 streams this afternoon. Addie Scott will lead off. He's hitting 311 coming in. Addison Scott, Jace Turner, and Caden Mason underway. There will be our due up here in the second. Scott hits this one high and deep to the left, but this is going to stay in the park. And Howard waits on it for a while, and the skyscraper comes down into his glove. And now Jace Turner. One for 6 coming into today. There's Turner. But inside from Sanford. Sanford out of the second inning of work. Gave up 2 hits and a run. Jalen with the RBI double to tie the game at 1. And that one lined right to the shortstop, Cleveland, 2 down.
Number 12, Caden Mason.
And here comes Mason, who took over in that first game. We're in a team down 3-1 going into the 7th. He had a solo shot to make it 3-2. Coastal South would tie it up. And then at the bottom of the 8th, Mason hit a rocket. Both of them were rockets, actually. Both to left field. One to center, one to left. The one to left made Coastal South a winner, 4-3. Ooh, that one hit Mason, and that was on the nub of the bat. That was on the bat, so. Okay, it was 0-2. This one hit in the air to the left, but this one's going to stay in the park. And Howard will handle it. That'll do it for the second. Coyotes go down in order. We go to the third, 1-1.
There once was a young coyote.
You're fired.
He found himself ill-suited for the jobs of the world. He struggled to compete in the corporate environment.
Yeah, this isn't working out.
And failed at the simplest of tasks.
I think I'm gonna have to let you go.
No matter how hard he tried, his coyote hands were just not meant for regular jobs.
That guy is fired.
Until one day, when he was hired for the perfect job. To become a mascot. And then he found the place where he could thrive. Find the place where you thrive at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Sanderson and Heacock do up here in the third inning. Snead State and Coastal South tied at 1. Game 2 of the doubleheader here from Bay Minette. And home begins the third with a single to left field. I'll bring up Sanderson, who singled and scored in the first. Scored off that RBI single by Gabe Benton in the first inning. So Division 1, they play a 7-inning game in Game 1. Then Game 2 is a 9-inning game. Division 2, they play 2 7-inning games in conference play. One ball's on the strike. On it first. And that one over to third. Stevens the second for one. For the first is this double play. Another double play turn by Coastal South. This time it's Stevens to Walters to Payne. Snead State has been prone to turn. Prone to hitting into double plays this year. 26 double plays coming in to this year. They've been victims of. Here's Heacock. Bottom of the third will bring up Stevens, Walters, and Payne. So the three that combined on that previous double play will do up in the third inning. And that one missed somewhere, 1-1. One and two now. So that's in the top of the third. This is hit in the air, left center field. This will be handled by Addison Scott. Parsons sent up three. They take three down. Still tied to one as we go to the bottom of the third.
When you're starting something new, it's never easy. You're going to make mistakes. You'll doubt yourself. But you're in a place that wants you to succeed, thrive. And soon, it will just start to feel right. Suddenly, you'll get it. Your fear will turn to confidence. First-time tasks become second nature. And what seemed impossible is right in front of your eyes. Because once the light bulb goes on, there's no turning back. You may wonder how you got here, and be glad you did. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Bottom of the third coming your way from Bay Minette. Snead State and Coastal South tied at 1. Stevens, Walters, and Payne due up here in the third inning. Stevens comes in with a average of 291 coming into the doubleheader. Let's take a look at the standings coming into today.
Number 3, Joseph.
Shelton State and Gadsden State both 19 and 7. Coastal South 19 and 8 now after that win earlier today. Hansfield and Shoals 15 and 11. Southern Union State 14 and 12. Chat Valley 13 and 13. And Snead State 9 and 17. Ball strikes to Stevens. And the third baseline foul off. Could make the play there. I wouldn't have made that play either, so I'm not gonna knock him on that one. That one's all the time. I was an outfield when I played many moons ago. Of course, now I probably couldn't run from home plate to first anymore if I tried to. But I could run. It would take me a while to get there, though. 2 and 2. This one's fouled on by Stevens. Still 2 and 2. Walters on deck. We'll go back to the top of the order. So far, 1 run on 2 hits allowed by Sanford. Snead State pitcher. Ooh. Upstairs, a little bit of a pull back. Now it's 3 and 2. Under the third, nice pickup by Mahone. And there's one down here in the third.
Number 6, Quincy Walters.
Back to the top of the order. Walters flied out to right. His first time up. side. Walters looks at a strike, 2-1. One out here in the third. And that one to the first baseman, Garrett Hartley, lit himself. And they're 2 down.
Number 33, Seth Payne.
Seth Payne singled and scored in the first. Greg Gillen is on deck. And he doubled him in the third. And Payne grounds this to third. This will be handled by Mahomes. And just beats Payne at first base. That'll do it for the third inning. Still tied at 1 after the first inning resulted in both of our runs here this afternoon. Well, the fourth, coming back to you from Bayman in a minute.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Top of the fourth from Bayman, Alabama. Coastal Alabama South taking on Snead State. Game 2 of this doubleheader, and it is 1-1. Coastal South won game 1, 4-3, and 8. Gerhardt, Benton, and Howard are due up here in the fourth. That one hits the left field. That's going to twist foul. Gerhardt walked in the first, stranded at second. Here's the old one. One inside, 1-1. This one to center field. On the run is Scott. It gets over his head. Gerhardt headed for second. Here comes the throw in, and Gerhardt will stop there. Fifth hit for Snead State. And this is a double for Gerhardt. Here's Benson, who has the RBI from the first inning. He singled in Sanderson. Snead State trying to avoid a sweep in the hands of Coastal South. Coyotes will take on Wallace Hansville next weekend. Games on Thursday and Saturday. That one grounded foul, 0-2. Andy Howard on deck, the left fielder. Cam Benton swings and misses. So a strikeout for Milburn. That will be his second of the game. And with one out here is Andy Howard. Upstairs. It's 200 wins for Underwood, not 300. Sorry about that. Underwood got that 200th win against Etowamba Community College on March the 1st. Two and one. Foul ball, right side. It's handled by Walters, and that will do it. Does send Gerhardt to third, but they're now 2 outs here in the fourth. Here's Weckman, the right fielder. Would let Snead stay to a program record 42 wins and their first ever JUCO World Series appearance in 2022. Charging at Stevens. The throw is in time. And that will end the fourth. Gerhardt unable to score from third base. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. It is 1-1.
There once was a young coyote.
You're fired.
He found himself ill-suited for the jobs of the world. He struggled to compete in the corporate environment.
Yeah, this isn't working out.
And failed at the simplest of tasks.
I think I'm gonna have to let you go.
No matter how hard he tried, his coyote hands were just not meant for regular jobs.
That guy is fired.
Until one day, when he was hired for the perfect job. To become a mascot. And then he found the place where he could thrive. Find the place where you thrive at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Bottom of the fourth from Babe and Ed. Still tied at 1. Snead State 5 hits. Coastal Southwood 2 hits. The gentleman threat in Cunningham.
Number 13, Derek Jellin.
Gentleman had RBI double back in the first 1-for-1 here in game 2. Stanley James Field here in Bay Minette, Alabama. That's good for a strike from Sanford's only allowed 1 run on 2 hits through 3 innings. He has retired 8 straight. And that one over to short. Handled by Cleveland. 1 down.
Number 23, Aaron Threat.
9 in a row now retired. Aaron Threat, left fielder, batting. She grounded out in the first inning. Up the middle, and there's a base hit. Finally, the streak ends there. 9 in a row retired. Third hit for Coastal South, and here comes Cunningham. Getting grounded out to end the first inning. So Coastal South 3 hits now. Snead stays still with 5 hits. And Cunningham looks on one inside. One little pitch, runner goes. That's a strike. Throw to second is not in time. The ball came out at the end. Count is 1-1. So third has a stolen base, and Cunningham now with a chance to give Coastal South the lead with a base hit. Runner goes again. That one's the ball. Throw to third. Not in time. Threat back-to-back stolen bases. Steals another. And count is 2-1. 2-1. Cunningham hits this high and deep to right. Count 2-2. Addison Scott is on deck. Two. That one hit there in the right center field, and that one will drop for a hit. Coming home is Threat. He races home, and he scores. It's 2-1. Fourth hit for Coastal South.
Number 10, Addie Scott.
So now Addison Scott. Scott flew out to left his first time up. That was back in the second. Coastal South with a 2-1 lead here. RBI single by Cunningham. Swing and a miss by Scott. 2-1. Balls and a strike. Jace Turner is on deck for the Coyotes. And Scott lines one to left field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Cunningham is rounding second. And they will stop him there at third. It's a double, back-to-back hits. 3 straight hits. Coastal South. Runners on second and third with 1 out.
Jace Turner.
Now Turner line down to the shortstop, back into second. And here comes Snead State's coach to come out and talk. So the powwow is over. Each team now with 5 hits on the day. Turner will come in, try to add to the Coastal South lead. Bottom of the 4th, run already in for Coastal South. Turner takes a strike. Okay, Mason is on deck. One is outside and low, and Turner able to stay away from it. 1-1. Cunningham at third. Scott at second. Infielders close to the infield grass. This is hitting the other right center field and deep. Still going back is Benton to the wall. Benton has it a couple steps in front of the wall. Cunningham will tag up and come home. And it's 3-1, Coastal South.
Number 12, Caden Mason.
So we'll be nervous after Turner, his first of the year. And that'll bring up Mason. Mason flat out to left his first time up. Mason saw his last 4 years flash before his eyes on that one. 2-0. Mason with a pair of home runs in game 1. Going to be locked in here this afternoon. Two to 1. I hadn't seen a performance like Jay Boroff of Enterprise State against Coastal Alabama North a few weeks ago. He had 5 home runs over the 2 games. They just kept pitching to him. Finally, his last at bat, the second game, they finally intentionally walked him. That was fouled off. I think he only took 7 swings that day, and 5 of the 7 ended up out of the park. He had 10 home runs going into that, so it doubled the half of his home run total in one day. That one got away from the catcher. Coming home is Scott. Scott don't make it there. That's 4-1. The base is now empty. Two, and Mason walks.
Number 3, Joseph Stevens.
Now to bring up Stevens, we'll have an opportunity here in the bottom of the 4th. Trying to bunt, it gets away, and Mason will head for second. 3 runs already in for Coastal Alabama South, and Stevens has a chance to add to the lead now. Stevens fouls this one off. It's 1-1. Still in the 5th for Snead State will be Cleveland, Finn, and Mahan. And they're at center field. Benson turns the other way now, and he's got it. That will do it for the fourth. But Coastal South puts up 3. And they'll take a 4-1 lead going into the fifth.
When you're starting something new, it's never easy. You're going to make mistakes. You'll doubt yourself. But you're in a place that wants you to succeed, thrive. And soon, it will just start to feel right. Suddenly, you'll get it. Your fear will turn to confidence. First-time tasks become second nature. And what seemed impossible is right in front of your eyes. Because once the light bulb goes on, there's no turning back. You may wonder how you got here, and be glad you did. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
So look at the 4 innings. 1 run on 5 hits for Snead State. 4 runs on 5 hits for Coastal Alabama South. So we go to the top of the 5th here in Bay Minette. Game 2 of the doubleheader. Cleveland will lead off. He granted that to the pitcher's first time up. Cleveland, Finn, and Mohan do up in the 5th. And strike from Milburn. One to one. Okay, now 1-2 with Finn on deck. Call strike 3. So third strikeout for Milburn. That will bring up Finn. Finn is 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the first. Grounded out to the third baseman back in the second. Nobody on, 1 out here in the 5th. Focus on nursing a 3-run lead. There's a strike. Finn. Snead State next week will take on Gadsden State for that 4-game series. Of course, Coastal Sound battling with Gadsden State at the top of the standings. That one's in the left center field. Going back to the wall. Is going to go all the way to the wall and hit the wall. And Finn is going to stop at second. 6 hit for Snead State. 1 down here in the 5th. A double by Finn. Mohan singled in the 3rd and then was kind of part of the double play that Sanderson grounded into. Also lined that to the pitcher in the 1st. On line, foul, 0-2. Sanderson is on deck. Oh, to the left field. Here we go, thread. Then he stops, makes the catch, and now they're 2 down. Sanderson singled in the first, got into a double play in the third. Fans still hanging out at second after his 1-out double. That one in right field. Turner on the run. He's got the ball. That'll do it. Finn stranded at second. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Halfway through this one here. And Snead and Coastal South still in control, up 4-1.
We are the Pack. We are Coyotes. We are Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Bottom of the 5th, Coastal South with a 4-1 lead on Snead State. They'll try to add to it here. Next home game, home doubleheader for Coastal South will be next Thursday coming up against Wallace Hansville. Well, the games will be scheduled to start at 2 p.m.
Number 6, Quincy.
Top of the order due up here in the 5th. As Walters will start things off, followed by Payne and Gillum. On the strike to Walters. Walters is over 2 with a fly out to right in the first, grounded down to the first baseman in the third. And Walters sends this one to left field. Howard still drifting back all the way, and it's over his head. It's off the wall, and Walters will stop at second. 6th hit for Coastal South is a double. Walters is aboard for the first time here in game 2.
Number 33, Seth Payne.
Seth Payne, 1 for 2. He's got a single and a ground out to third baseman. Payne tries to bunt and fouls it off. One ball's on a strike. Has to come back as Sanford fakes the throw back to second. Time was called. Well, baseball came into the field of play. And Payne fouls off another 0-2. And kind of didn't want to swing at that one, but he hits the ball to the second baseman Finn for the first out of the fifth.
Derek Jellin.
Jellin to the plate. He put Coastal South on the board with his RBI double inside the game. And then fourth, he granted out to the shortstop. And this one's sky high in the air. Won't be able to see it till it comes back down. Cleveland has it for the second out.
Number 23, Aaron Threat.
Collected some precipitation on the way down. First single scored in the fourth, granted out in the first. Comes up now with Walter still at second, 2 out. Up in the sixth for Snead. Snead will be Heacock, Gerhardt, and Benton. Ball no strikes to Threat. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Silas Cunningham, the DH, is on deck. That one gets away, and headed for third is Walters. Down now 2-1. That one hits Threat. He goes to first base.
Number 9, Silas Cunningham.
I'm going to check on Threat over there at first base. See who's on around if they're getting hit by that pitch. Let's see. So I'm not sure what the argument is. Well, they're bringing the other umpire over to discuss it. Not sure what the issue is. The only thing I can think of is maybe that the ball did not hit him. This is what Snead State is saying. So he is safe at first. So it's out. Runners at the corners. Cunningham steps in. And Wood steps back out. Second time we've seen him come on in the inning. So they can start with a double by Walters. Something lined out to the second, and then popped out to the shortstop. And Threat was just hit by a pitch moments ago. Bottom of the fifth, 2 outs here, and runners at the corners. Coastal Alabama South. Starting part of this discussion as well. So he's pointing to the bullpen. They'll have to bring someone in. So Snead State has a new pitcher. We'll tell you about him when we come back.
Discover pastry baking at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Anderson is the pitcher for Snead State. This will be his 14th appearance. He's 2-0 with an ERA of 9.49. Sorry, 0-3. This will be his 13th appearance in the circle. 24 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 31 runs on 29 hits, 25 walks, and 33 strikeouts. So, Cunningham will be the first to face him. Also, himself trying for his 20th conference win of the year, sitting in 19-8.
Number 9, Silas Cunningham.
So Cunningham comes up. Shelton State, Gaston State, both 19-7 coming in, so Coastal trying to keep pace there. After losing the conference lead last week, State lost 3-1 to Shelton State. Cunningham takes 1-1 upstairs. No pitch runner first started to go. It's 1-1. Man tried the delayed double steal, trying to get catcher to throw the second, and then have Walters come in from third. Keep an eye on threat at first base. And Cunningham swings and misses, and get there at second base. One, two. 2-2. And Cunningham swings past it, and that'll do it. So under-stranded second and third. South comes up empty in the fifth. We go to the sixth. It's still 4-1 though in favor of the Coyotes here on JockJive Sports.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Which sixth inning? It is 4-1 in favor of Coastal Alabama South. Peacock, Gerhart, and Benton are due up for the Parsons here in the sixth. 1 run for each team in the first, 3 runs in the fourth for the home-standing Coyotes. As Peacock will lead things off, he's 1 for 2 with a single back in the first. And down the line, that is a foul ball. The ball's on the strike to Heacock with Gerhard on deck. Game 1 with the Coastal Alabama South 4-3. On 1. This one again down to the third, fouled off, 1 and 2. One, 2 is lifted to the left. That's fouled off. Count is 1 and 2. Peacock leading off the sixth inning for Snead State. They trail by 3. Hope the South ball, the 3 runs in the fourth, holding up right now. That one to center field, and that'll drop in for a hit. Hit number 7 for Snead State, and that'll bring up Gerhart. Gerhart walked in the first and double back in the fourth. There's a Gerhart with Benton on deck. Runner at first, 1 ball, no strikes. Balls, no strikes to Gerhart. Two and 1. Two, 1 popped up, and that's going to be out of play. Now it's count 2 and 2. We're facing a 2 and 2 count, runner on first. 4-1 is the score, and top of the sixth. In the air, right side, and Payne doesn't have enough room. Count still 2-2. That's one over to a third. Go to second with it, and he's out. Stevens gets the out at second base. That ball was a fair ball. Here's Benton. And Gabe takes one inside. Benton got scoring start with an RBI single back in the first. He also struck out back in the fourth. And Benton fouls this one off. It's 1-1. Two and one. That one over to short. Flip to second. Throw to first. Double play. And that'll end the sixth. 6-4-3. Gets it done. Another double play turn by Coastal South here in this contest. Bottom of the sixth coming up. Coastal South still leads by 3.
There once was a young coyote.
You're fired.
He found himself ill-suited for the jobs of the world. He struggled to compete in the corporate environment.
Yeah, this isn't working out.
And failed at the simplest of tasks.
I think I'm gonna have to let you go.
No matter how hard he tried, his coyote hands were just not meant for regular jobs.
That guy is fired.
Until one day, when he was hired for the perfect job. To become a mascot. And then he found the place where he could thrive. Find the place where you thrive at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Been a problem with Snead State all year. That's the 29th no play they've hit into, the third in this game.
Number 10, Addie Scott.
It's going to bring up Scott to lead off the sixth inning for Coastal Alabama South, leading it 4-1 over Snead State. Next home game will be against Wallace Hansville next Thursday, and then on May the 3rd, their final home doubleheader will take place against Gaston State. And Scott lifts this one to left field and deep, going back to the wall. It's off the wall. Scott will run into second base and will make it there with a stand-up double to start off the sixth inning.
Number 19,
Each team now has 7 hits. So they got RBI from a sac fly back in the fourth. He's also lined out to the shortstop. That was why the target 1-0. Scott had second, 2-0 the count to Turner. Strike 2-1. Bottom of the sixth. Also, South looking at it is 4-1 lead. Nobody out. Lead off double by Scott. Ground ball is short and muffled by Cleveland. Everybody's safe. And now Mason will come to the plate. There's an error on the shortstop, and here's Mason. Mason walked back in the fourth, flat out to left in the second. I was doing one home run performance earlier. Cleveland walk-off home run. Mason to center field. Bennett's there and makes the catch. Throw will come in and get cut off. It's 5-1. So sacrifice fly for Mason. Scott's going from third on the plate. Turner second first. One down for Stevens. Walters on deck, so they go back to the top of the order for the Coyotes. One out here in the sixth. A run is in for Coastal Alabama South. 1-1. Two and one. Come back to first 9 time. Five to 1 now is the score. Coastal South in the front. Ground ball to third. Ball on to second for 1. Throw to first. It's high. Well high.
Number 6, Quincy Walters.
So get there at second with 2 down, but Stevens is at first base after the high throw by the second baseman. Back to the top of the order now with Walters. Walters fouls it off. It's quickly 0-2. Due up in the 7th is Howard, Weckman, and Cleveland in the bottom third of the Snead State order. Mackie Anderson in his second inning of work and relief of Sanford. And Walters strikes out to end the inning. Second strikeout for Anderson. Going to the 7th. It's 5-1 in favor of Coastal South after they add a run in the 6th.
When you're starting something new, it's never easy. You're going to make mistakes. You'll doubt yourself. But you're in a place that wants you to succeed, thrive. And soon, it will just start to feel right. Suddenly, you'll get it. Your fear will turn to confidence. First-time tasks become second nature. And what seemed impossible is right in front of your eyes. Because once the light bulb goes on, there's no turning back. You may wonder how you got here, and be glad you did. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Howard, Weckman, and Cleveland are due up in the 7th inning for Snead State. They trail it 5-1. The Coastal Alabama South. Coastal South to finish off the 4-game sweep. Scotty Mildred's still out there. And to the 7th. Good strike from Mildred to start things off here in the 7th. Howard, Weckman, and Cleveland do up here. Swing and a miss on 2. This is in the air, right side, out of play, still on 2. And missed the target there. 1-2. Popped up, infield. This is going to be handled by the catcher, Mason. 1 down. Now, Braden Weckman. He looks at a strike. This hit the right field and deep. Turner running back. He's got it. 3 feet in front of the track for the second out. Now Cleveland is 0 for 2. Struck out looking back in the 5th. He's also grounded out in the game. Cleveland takes a strike. No balls and a strike. It's 1-1. Due up in the bottom of the 7th. For Coastal South will be Payne, Gillen, and Threat. Count is 1-2 now. Ground ball short. This is Gillen. And the Parsons go down in order in the 7th. Time to stretch here in Bay Manette. Oh, that's going to do it. Looks like it. That is it. Five to 1 is the final here in the second game. I decided to play the 9-inning game was the first game. after it went extra innings. So 5-1 is the final score. Coastal South gets the win. They sweep Snead State and go to 25-19 and 20-8 in conference play. Snead State falls to 18-27 and 9-20 in league play. Thank you for joining us once again from Bay Minette, Alabama, and Stanley James Field. Kamari Darrington saying so long for now on JockJive. Enjoy the rest every Saturday night and be safe from all of us here at Jock.